How to make correct decisions to achieve success. Hello champions, I'm Dr. Meghana Dikshit, author of You Matter, and I'm excited to welcome you to our channel. Together we unlock the secrets to success, help you heal from the past and prepare for an extraordinary future. If you are new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you will never miss on any tools and insights that you need to thrive. For my committed subscribers, welcome back. Your journey to mastering your mind and living your best life continues here. And if you are ready to unleash your brain's potential, type dive in the chat box right now. Research says on an average an adult makes around 35,000 decisions daily. These include from what to eat for lunch, wear for office or college, to what to say or not say. Just imagine if you were to ponder over or weigh each and every decision, life would be chaotic. So 90% of the decisions are taken on an autopilot mode by our subconscious mind. You may have observed that when you go to a restaurant, you more than often end up ordering the similar dishes though. You may go over the menu in detail, but you will end up asking for the same dish. Steve Jobs decided to wear black polo neck and blue jeans daily so as to avoid wasting crucial time in deciding what to wear. Making a decision can be really hard, especially when the stakes are high and we have issues with indecision in general. We want to make the right decision and we want to avoid making the wrong decision. For every decision made, there are positive and negative consequences. So how do we make the correct decision, that perfect decision for you? Are you ready to dive deep and learn? Then type learn in the chat box. Today in this video, I'm going to give you some simple implementable tips to make great decisions. So let's start. One of the key elements in decision making is that to make the right decision. One of the key elements in decision making for it to be right is to make the decision that align with our values. I'm going to share a small story here. During the Mahabharata war, after Bhishma was felled by Arjun, Dronacharya became the supreme commander of the Kaurava armies and led the war. He was unbeatable. The Pandavas were aghast. How do we stop this great warrior? Krishna came up with an idea. Everyone knew Dronacharya's deep love for his son Ashwatthama. So Krishna asked Bhim to kill an elephant named Ashwatthama and spread the news that Ashwatthama is dead. Now Drona hears this news and is shocked. He cannot believe this news. He comes to Yudhishthir, the eldest Pandav, known for his honesty and law-abiding nature. Drona knows that if he asks Yudhishthir, he will get the right answer. So Drona comes to Yudhishthir and asks, is it true that Ashwatthama dead? Now Yudhishthir has to make the decision to what to say. If he says it's the elephant Ashwatthama that has died, then the chances are Kauravas will win the war as Drona is a strong warrior. What are the consequences to that happening? So Yudhishthir makes the decision and nods his head, yes. And without anybody hearing, very gently whispers, Narova Kunjarova. That means whether human or animal is doubtful. Now we all know the consequence to that decision Yudhishthir took, right? We all go through such decisions in our life. So let's look at the simple implementable tips to taking great decisions. Tip number 1. Imagine yourself 6 months and 1 year into the future. The decision that you're making today, how will your life look like 6 months, 1 year down the line? For me, the decision to end the partnership in 2008 was a tough one. I was riddled with fears about my future. But then I weighed the decision. How will my life be 1 year down? I journaled my thoughts and brought the clarity, and it helped. Tip number 2. Write down your goals. Write at least 3 goals in each area of your life. Health, relationships, career, money, time, fun, personal growth and contribution. Once you have your top 3 goals written down, you will notice that each decision is linked to your goal and it will be easier to making that decision. Tip number 3. Think of the alternatives. Every decision will have at least 4 alternatives. We normally feel that we don't have a choice in decision making. But the reality is there is always a choice and not just 2 choices but multiple. So take time to think of the alternatives. Tip number 4 is to face our mistakes. Correct decision making is a learnable skill. We can learn only from the past decisions that we have taken and the consequences that we have faced for those decisions made. So go over those decisions. What were some of your mistakes? Identify them and own it. It's the first most important step to admit and recognize that yes, I made a mistake here. Tip number 5. Identify your values and stay true to them. What are your values? What are your non-negotiables? Write them down and be clear. For me, in every relationship, whether it's personal or professional, I look for mutual respect. That's a non-negotiable. So if anything is not aligned, then I become aware and it becomes easy for me to make that decision. That decision can be to have a simple conversation with the person. Did you get what I'm saying? Type IGI in the chat box. Tip number 6. Look at the long-term and short-term consequences. In the story that I shared earlier, Yudhishthir looked at the long-term and short-term consequences and accordingly decided to answer. Weigh the consequences. What is a greater good? How will the decision impact you and your environment? Now, these are some tips that can really help you, nudge you in the right direction to make those right decisions. If these tips were helpful, type helpful in the chat box. Remember, the key to making the correct decisions is to make the decision. Sometimes our fears keep us away from making the decision. Not making the decision is also a decision. If you don't make that decision, then the decision will be made for you by somebody else and you will be living with the consequences of that. Remember another thing, some decisions in your life pay for you and some decisions you have to pay for. If you like the video, definitely share it with somebody. Subscribe to this channel and press the bell icon to get a notification when I upload the next video to keep learning and growing. And there are 2 more ways I can help you in your life. One is to sign up for my masterclass, which is completely complimentary for you. And second is to buy my book, You Matter. Both the links are posted in the comment section. Check it out.